Hey there everybody, my name is John Suscovich. I'm here in Western Connecticut in the brooder with some baby chicks, and I wanted to discuss Jill and Tyler's questions about when to let their birds out on pasture based off of their local area and climate. I have a few tips for you guys based off of my decision-making process for getting birds out, and just want to share those with you today in this video. The reason why I have this chick up right now, I just want to show you real quick. Hopefully there's enough light in this video. But they're developing their primary flight feathers. And I'm not hurting her right now. She's peeping just because she doesn't want to be picked up. But these flight feathers on their wings, you got your smaller feathers in front, the primary flight in the back, cover the side of their body. And they'll start to feather out in the tail next. As those are developing, and then you'll see them around the back, and then they'll start to come in around the head. Now, as your birds are starting to feather out, they're creating a down blanket for themselves. When they're small and fuzzy and hairy, they can't hold a lot of their heat in, which is why you need these heat lamps to add in supplemental heat to keep the birds warm enough so that they can grow and digest their food and be comfortable just the way you and I would want to be warm. As they grow those feathers, down blanket is made out of feathers. It's down. As a chicken eats food, it metabolizes and creates heat, and it holds that heat in through its feathers. And that's why in the brooder, especially when they don't have a lot of feathers, having drafts and wind that goes through cools your birds down and makes it so that they don't grow as well. They might get sick. They're just spending more energy staying warm than they are growing. Now, when they get big enough, they're feathered out. And as they get warmer and they can hold more heat in, you're going to decrease the amount of lights, and then you're going to decrease the amount of kind of close-offedness of your brooder. You're going to open more stuff up so you start to get in more fresh air and more breeze. And what your goal is, by the time your birds are ready to go out on pasture, you've matched the inside temperature and ambiance with that of the outside. So when your birds move outside, it's not a big dramatic change for them. It's just more of a transition from a temperature and a sensation that they're used to into something that they're then out on the field. Now with Cornish cross, it's about 18 to 21 days in the brooder, depending on how well your brooding experience has gone. And you want to add another week onto that at least for the Red Rangers, because they grow a little bit slower. It's a 11 to 12 week bird versus a 7 to 8 week finished bird. Some of the specific questions that Jill and Tyler asked is cool weather, cool nights, and rain. If you can avoid, look for, if you hit the 21 day mark on a Cornish cross and it's time to move them out and they're feathered out, keep adding in more shavings, keep their bedding dry, because they're gonna be pooping like maniacs at that point. But if you have 2 days of rain, wait until after those 2 days of rain, because you can put birds out. They have been in this safe space and they don't know how to huddle and get out of the rain. They're just gonna huddle down, get rained on, get wet, get sick, and then die. I've had birds that I've moved out on rainy days die because they were too dumb to get out of the rain and they got too wet and too cold, hypothermic, and then just passed away. So you want to line up a couple good days of weather. You want to have your brooder temperatures matching the outside temperature by the time you're ready to move them out. And you want to move them out, if you can move them out at night, on a warmer night, that's even better, because then they're calm, they're relaxed. You can catch them up, put them out, they're gonna be sleepy, and then in the morning they're gonna wake up and be like, oh, this grass is amazing, I have all this new food, and then they have food, water, more space, and then they start in with the daily moves on pasture to spread their manure, eat the grass, benefit from all those extra nutrients and healthy lifestyle, and grow up to be a great product. So that's about as specific as I would get right now. It's gonna vary depending on your region. If it's a little colder, err on the side of caution. If it's a little warmer, like in June, July, when I'm sending birds out, beginning of August, I'll send them out a little bit early, maybe brood only for 2 weeks if I've got a stretch of hot days coming up, because they can be hot and outside better than being over hot and inside where I can only get so much airflow within my brooder. So I'm gonna go to this meeting that I just got an alarm for. I'm gonna let these guys relax. I'm gonna close the door because it's still a little cool this morning. And I'm gonna catch you guys next time on the YouTube channel. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. And until next time, I'll see you out in the field. So one of my favorite things about chickens is that they have a gyroscopic head, that you can change their body, move their body around, sorry little guy, and that their head stays level. It's awesome. It's like a stabilizer built in. So